G'day and welcome to the Iron Empire. I'm Mark and this is a brand new segment called Throwback Thursday. Flashback Friday, Turnback Tuesday. Look, we're doing something new this time. We're going to take a look at a previous episode and do a where are they now, so to speak. This time we're taking a look at episode 22, the Survivor VG Hardtop episode. A very special episode with me and my cousin Shane. So sit back and enjoy, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and stick around because at the end, I'm going to be filling in all the updates on what's happened since. This time on the Iron Empire, we revive a VG Survivor Hardtop. Welcome back to the Iron Empire, guys. Today is a pretty special episode. I'm heading around to my cousin Shane's place where we're going to be pulling out my Uncle Terry's VG Valiant Hardtop. Now, unfortunately, Uncle Terry died back in 2009 and the car was left to my cousin Shane, and it's pretty much sat around in the shed under cover, and it's finally time. So we're going to head around there, we're going to give it a service and we're going to give it some love, and then hopefully it's going to become a new weekend cruiser for him. So let's hit the road. So I'm cruising down in the F100. I've done some upgrades on this thing, so you will see a video on that very soon, so stay tuned for that. I've just got to quickly pop in and see my mate Dennis to pick up some of the parts we need to get this thing done, and then we'll be straight into it. You guys are going to love this car. Alright, I'm at my cousin Shane's place. This is Shane. And this is the beloved VG. Now this was left to Shane from Uncle Terry, and we've just worked out that it was bought back in '95. Uncle Terry always had Valiants, and he had a wicked VG hardtop before this one, which was a mustard one with a black vinyl roof, which then became one of Shane's first cars. So he was cruising around in that in the 90s. Uncle Terry bought this thing, and this thing is unrestored. It's original paint. I doubt the motor's probably even been rebuilt. Not as far as we're concerned. Nah, not even original. It's an original motor, original interior, and only not even cracked 85,000 mile. So as you can see, it's got a bit of a custom interior options here. The I don't know what the actual color code is, but yeah, like an olive on olive. It's a base model, 245 automatic, and it is ridiculously clean. So Shane's opted not to ruin this thing. He was kind of wanting to go disc brakes and V8 and all that sort of stuff, but he's opted now to just overhaul the factory brakes that are in it, which are non-assisted drums all round, but they've been overhauled completely top to bottom. And now we're gonna basically give it a service and do a few other little mods along the way. So we'll get stuck into it. Shane's up front taking care of the service side of things, and I'm at the back getting the thing low because that's what I do. So I've got good old lowering blocks, maybe down the track, might reset the springs if Shane feels the need, but this will think at least get the thing low and get it looking good. So I'll whip these U-bolts out and see how we go. How good are dogs? These hollow sockets are genius. This is how I roll. Lower cars, clean white walls before we've even started it. It's gotta look good. Alright, so the front end's done. It's looking all sharp here with the shiny parts. And we're ready to fire up. Problem is we've got 10-year-old fuel, but I'm thinking that 10-year-old fuel isn't going to be too bad. I've started cars on worse, so I reckon we should put some fuel maybe in the carby and fill the bowl, fire it up. And maybe if we just fill the tank up with the rest and just dilute it.
Smells alright, eh? You know how you get that?
Smells alright.
Yeah.
Let's just try it. Alright, at least we can throw some down the carby and see how we go. Alright, kick in the guts. Oh man, not even surprised. I'm not even surprised that it runs that good. Lowering kit, 3/4 inch. Just fire it up and back her out. I'll move those pavers. I think you might need just to give it a bit of throttle. It's already sucked fuel through. Oh my God. All right, well, maiden voyage has been an absolute success. Shane's loving this thing now. He was a bit bummed there was a 245 and it wasn't fast and all sort of stuff, but I thought, nah, this thing is too good to ruin. So I'm so glad he's opted to keep it original. And now with the brakes overhauled, with it sitting a bit lower, it's a bloody wicked car. And it drives like new. I just went for a spin in it then, and it's, oh man, it makes me so jealous. I can't wait to do the front end in my VG, because this drives like it was meant to. So that pretty much wraps up this episode of the Iron Empire. Jump onto the online store, check out my merch, like, subscribe, tell your mates, and I'll see you all next time. Cheers, guys. So I really love that episode. Not only is it an amazing car, but it's obviously a super sentimental one to me. So thanks for watching. So since that episode, I'm glad to say that Shane has been cruising the car a heap, obviously in the nicer weather only. You may have seen it briefly in a cruise video earlier in the year from the cruise that Charlie and I put on down to port. Shane brought it out to that, and he's been getting around in it a lot actually. So since this episode, he's also done a set of full white wall tyres, a Venetian blind and shocks. He also lowered the front a little bit, and he said it rode actually a little bit nicer. So super glad that Shane's been getting out and using it a heap. I also have to make mention that since this video, one of my long-time subscribers, Barnaby McLean, wrote a magazine article for Survivor Car Magazine Australia. Barnaby went to extreme lengths to find the unknown history on this car, and he done an amazing job. He tracked down the history way back to its original owner, which meant traveling some serious Ks into the countryside of South Australia. And he also paid tribute to my late Uncle Terry, which was a nice touch. So thank you for that, Barnaby. So the issue is actually currently on sale. If you're in Australia, head into your local news agency and pick up a issue of Car Survivor Magazine Australia. It is issue 40. So yeah, get in, check out the 8-page spread on this car. It is absolutely amazing. So, and it's also good to support what car magazines are still left. So that'll be a wrap on this throwback and update episode of the Iron Empire. Please don't forget to check out the online store. All of the support goes a long way. It's greatly appreciated. And of course, leave a comment, like, and subscribe. I'll see you all next time.